Hey, how's it going, everybody? How's it going, Relax? Hope you're doing well, man. Hello back to you. This is going to be a very short stream for those tuning into the VOD. I have the podcast in a little over an hour with, it's the Path to Exile podcast. Every week we do it with myself, Misa, Shiro, and Dead Rabbit. But today we're having Darth Microtransaction on, which we're very excited on. We're going to be talking about build making and stuff, so that's why it's going to be a shorter stream. I wanted to stream a little bit. I might stream more after the podcast too, we'll see. But this is going to be a short stream. I am going to be practicing a little bit of the League Start action. I'm going to be practicing a couple different League Start styles over the next couple days. I'm going to be practicing spears, I'm going to be practicing maces, I'm going to be practicing quarterstaff and palms as well. More than likely we'll be League Starting, I assume, maces. I assume Rake Rapid Assault will not be worth it, but we'll have to find out, but yeah. We are going to just get a little bit of practice in. It's not super serious. I'm going to have Barbs unfortunately, I can't stack Barbs and Quill Bursts into Rolling Stam right now. Because it's not the patch, but if it works exactly how I'm hoping it works, which is we're getting Barbs at level 1. It looks like we're getting Barbs from the start. You will, on League Start, be able to have Barbs in both Rolling Slam and Bone Shatter. And I assume that's what you would League Start with. In order to make a trade-off, I'll do Quill Burst and Rolling Slam for now, but yeah. I would not overthink those patch note nerfs across. They nerfed Scavenge Plating because it honestly needed to be nerfed, especially if we're getting more other ways to scale Thorns. It is a nerf, yes. Oh, I didn't put my Thorns gear on, so I'm not doing the Thorns damage. It is a nerf in the sense that, yes, its damage got lowered, but there's no way the passive tree and other aspects of Thorns didn't get huge buffs to compensate for it. So I'm not panicking yet. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I forgot to put my Thorns gear. I mean, I will be trading on League Start and stuff, so... Obviously, I won't initially have all of this stuff, but whatever. We're going to play it by ear. I don't think I have a Thorn Shield. See if the vendor has one. For level 1, I don't have a Thorn Shield. Nope. Okay, no Thorn Shield. So right now our only Thorns damage, we have 5 Thorns damage from there. So really not much Thorns damage. Hey Kevin, thanks for the sub, bro. What are you League starting? Druid? But, hey, what's up, Blaze? How you doing, bro? But yeah, no matter what we do, like, even if we, like, don't have the Thorns gear from the start, Bone Shatter or Rolling Slam is just a really good mace combo. I assume is going to be the most viable way to start leveling. You can animation cancel the Rolling Slam with a Bone Shatter, which is really helpful. But I'm guessing Spears is going to be what I'm playing on start. Even though I assume Rapid Assault's not going to be as good. Or Rake, excuse me. I think Rake Rapid Assault's still probably the best. Lich seems great. I think Lich is S tier. Definitely go with Lich. Lich and Blood Mage. Looking goated. How does the Thorns damage added to attack support gem works? I don't know. I don't know how it works in, like, the sequence of events. Like, when does it get calculated and stuff? I have no idea. I just know it does your Thorns damage, like, added on top of the attack. I think that's how it works, but I don't know. There's still a lot of, like, stuff that's, like, really questioned about Thorns. Like, Path of Building is just super unsupported for it. And yeah, the Spirit Gem upgrades, like, and you can stack them. Like, you have Thorn Skin, which is, what, 70% increased Thorns damage? You can stack spirit gems, or the support gems now, so you can get 2 of them, or 3 of them if you have enough spirit for it, right? Which, I don't know if we're ever going to have enough spirit for 2 of them anyway. I think the modifier was pretty expensive on the cost, but, yeah. Thorns is looking fine. But yeah, in late game with Scavenge Plating, you could, you didn't need to have any Thorns gear. You could just depend a lot on Scavenge Plating. It was a little too much damage, so I get why it was nerfed. Yeah, so I've talked to the POB guys about Thorns. Like, they come into my stream and ask me questions about it forever ago. Thorns is insanely complicated with how it's working in the game. Like, there's just a lot of inconsistencies with it and stuff. So, they're having a lot of trouble. Like, at least this was when I talked to them. I think it was at the beginning of Dawn of the Hunt. They were having a lot of trouble just, like, figuring out how, like, each ailment it worked differently. There were still so many bugs with, like, certain ailments not even working. So, yeah. Also, Thorns is still a very niche playstyle. It's not, like, the most played playstyle, right? So, like, there's other things of path of building that they're prioritizing, right? So, yeah. I get why Thorns isn't supported yet. Once it is supported, I'll probably, like, just spend a whole week diving into it. Hoping to supplement the terrible shield attack damage. I am not dooming yet just because we haven't seen the passive tree. Just because we haven't seen the passive tree. Damn, this witch tanky. Yeah, not having the Thorn Shield definitely hurts. I think I'm still using a Grey Mace. Don't die. Yeah, probably skipping her. Just gonna get the flask. Oh, she does drop a support gem. That's pretty important. Probably not skipping her. If she's a guaranteed support gem, I'm probably not skipping her. You probably will kill her every time. I need to look up the campaign guide and get all of the those guaranteed drops. Like, they're not. I still don't have those. Like, well, because I've been playing twink characters so long. You know, you skip all these side stuff. So probably just full clear everything on launch. I don't know. I ain't gonna do shit. What Ascendancy will you play on the new league? It's looking like Warbringer. I'm gonna have a video coming out tomorrow, I think, talking about the 4 best Ascendancies for Thorns and why I'm probably going Warbringer. I always forget to put these in. Oh, I'm not level 4 yet. But I'm really trying to make Thorns, like, this is gonna sound stupid, but I want Thorns to be like, I want people who play at this league to have as good, like, if it's your first time playing Thorns, I want you to have as good a time as possible. And I have a feeling there's gonna be a lot of first time Thorns players. And Warbringer is, like, by far, like, the best class for, like, first-time Thorns. Like, it's not even close. There's so much of the friction that's removed with Warbringer. So I think I'm just going to go Warbringer just because everyone that's following me is going to have an easier time with it. My heart wants to go Witch Hunter. I have a feeling Witch Hunter is going to be incredible. Now, if you wanted to League start Witch Hunter, you would be able to follow along pretty closely to how I'm playing. Warrior and Witch Hunter starts aren't too far apart, and we'd be probably converging around the same spot very early on. But, yeah, I just feel like there's going to be... I got a couple videos coming out soon that are, like, promoting the Thorns playstyle, as weird as that sounds. I have a video coming out, I forget what I'm titling it. It's like... I think right now it's titled An Introduction to Thorns. And it just goes over the basics and everything you should expect at a surface level, so you can decide if you want to play Thorns this league. And yeah, if people are going to be following me, I want them to have as good as time as possible. And yeah, we'll just play Warbringer for that. We'll just play Warbringer for that. How about Magma Barrier League start? Magma Barrier probably wouldn't be good as a League start. Just because of the rework. It sounds like it's built off of block chance, and you're not going to have a high block chance early game. Magma Barrier probably doesn't come online until you have like more density and stuff. Sorry, I'll read chat in a second. I'm bad at reading chat and talking or playing. Nice, Oxy. Yeah, Titan's very good, too. I'm definitely going Elemental Thorns in late game. I'm pretty sure I'm going Avatar of Fire. I think late game you'll see me transition to Avatar of Fire as, like, the ultimate endgame version of the Warbringer, but we'll see. But, yeah, if I was following my heart, I would be playing Witch Hunter. I just feel like Witch Hunter is, like... the advanced class, one of the advanced classes for Thorns, as silly as that sounds, right? You don't play Witch Hunter unless you've like got an understanding of Thorns, and yeah, we'll do Witch Hunter will probably be my third or fourth character in the league. I know my second character is going to be a minion build for sure, but yeah, Witch Hunter's going to be insane. If you guys watched the Path to Exile podcast like 3 or 4 weeks ago, the build of the week that I picked was a Witch Hunter Sorcery Ward Caltrops build. And he had like 26,000k Sorcery Ward Absorb, and he had like 90k PDR. And he also had Chaos Inoculation, and he was actually unkillable. And Sorcery Ward did not really get nerfed, so it probably got buffed with all the armor changes, to be honest. So I feel like people are sleeping on the potential of Sorcerer because they haven't seen what it can do at the top end. It's definitely like campaign and leveling bait. But endgame, it scales insanely well. And there's so many other aspects of Witch Hunter that's just great. I have a video coming out tomorrow that is... I have a video coming out tomorrow that's... I'm talking about the 4 best Ascendancies in depth. I'm going to talk about Ritualist, Warbringer, Titan... and Witch Hunter. I think I said all 4. And yeah, so if you guys are not, like, if you guys want to necessarily follow closely but are willing to try other Ascendancies, I'm going to give you my thoughts on the 4 best ones. But yeah. Yeah, there are, I mean, yes, there are frosted, but we don't know if we're getting passive tree changes. The biggest pain point for Thorns right now is Crown of the Pale King. Ooh, what was that? Oh, I'm about to die. I'm out of flask. Never mind. Checkpoint. Checkpoint cheese. Crown of the Pale King, like, as you can see here, I'm not Thorns reflecting range attacks. You can't reflect range attacks until you have the unique Crown of the Pale King. What is doing the lightning attack? Is there a rare here? Whew. This is spicy. These buffs are gonna be nice, though. Am I dead? Nope. I love this place, by the way. This is like the best place to farm. If you need a farm spot early on, farm this spot. The density here is just the best. Sorry, I was trying to not die.
Face me. Out of mana.
Alright, at this point we would have been able to get a new, better mace, so... I'm really bad at looting, and I got so many bad habits. I really need to spend the next few days just rebuilding habits. I have so many bad early game habits where I'm not looting stuff or checking for better gear and stuff. Ugh. Yes, I would say Titan is the best Thorns Ascendancy in general. Like, maybe Witch Hunter's comparable. But Titan is probably the best. It's just, Warbringer removes the armor break friction that a lot, like, whenever I was making a lot of Thorns builds, a lot of people, when they were complaining when I wasn't playing Warbringer, when they were following non-Warbringer builds, they were complaining constantly about the friction with armor break. And Warbringer, you have no friction with armor break. You don't even think about breaking armor. It just happens with everything you do. It makes you permanent stacks of scavenge plating. It literally, like, and that's the biggest friction with Thorns. The scavenge plating was like keeping up those stacks permanently. So like if you're not playing Warbringer, you have to have Resonating Shield or Armor Breaker or Splinter, which I don't think will have early game Splinter. So you'd be forced to use Armor Breaker or Resonating Shield early game. And some people just don't like using them, which I agree they're not the best, but eventually you just get Splinter, but still you have to play around it. With Warbringer, you don't have to bother with any of that. What were you saying about Crowd of Painting? Do you think it's going to be hard to get for many hours? I have a video coming out soon that talks about all of this, but the short of it is, if you are comfortable with Trade League, you'll be fine. Thorns isn't a popular playstyle where Crown of the Pale King should be costing 300, like, Exalts day one, but, like, if you're a speed leveler, you might be, like, sitting around, like, trying to trade for a Crown of the Pale King for an Exalt. But I imagine we'll be able to all get Crown of the Pale Kings day one for an Exalt pretty early on. Like, most people do not play Thorns. I don't think it's, like, that popular yet, so I don't know. That's the biggest question mark. Well, okay, so async trading doesn't help, though, with League Start. Because in the video, this is what my problem with async trading announcement was. I love everything about it. This is not me raging about async trade. But you don't unlock async trade until Act 4. So, you're still got to trade manually on League Start for Crown of the Pale King. Act 1 is going to be, like, early Act 1 and 2 trading is going to be rough. So, if you're a speed leveler who doesn't want to be, like, sitting there maybe farming for vendor gold or farming for currency to trade, then Thorns is not potentially going to be the best League Start. Now, there is the possibility that Crown of the Pale King is going to be moved to a Keystone. That changes a lot of stuff. But we just don't know that yet. Just assuming Crown of the Pale King isn't changed. Exactly, yes. So you'll be fine, Laraine. I feel like we'll be fine with Crown of the Pale King trading. Well, you don't get the currency exchange until later in the game as well, but you can still use the trade site to message someone who's listed a Crown of the Pale King for an Exalted Orb, which I promise you we'll all be able to get them, but I don't know, guys. I've never League started Thorns. I've always done Thorns as my second character in patch 0.1 and 0.2. This is like the only gray area I have. Is I don't know what it's going to be like day one, and I'm sorry, but we're just gonna have to go in. If you're following me, we're gonna be going in blind, and we're not quite sure how it's gonna go. Unfortunately. But my assumption is it's gonna be fine. I am looking like I'm playing Warbringer, yes. I am... It seems like it'll be better for the Thorns community if I play Warbringer. And I can always play the Witch Hunter second. I'll play it. My third character is probably going to be the Witch Hunter. So my first character will be Thorns Warbringer. My second character is probably going to be a minion, maybe Ice Mage Lich. Excuse me, Lich. And then the third character... I do not have early access, no. I'm on 0.2. And the third character will be my Witch Hunter, I think. Hey, Afghan. Sorry, I'm just trying to keep up on all the chats, you guys. I don't stream often, so whenever I have chatters, I like talking to y'all. Yeah, I mean, if you're not like... Once you get past like hour 8, I'm sure it'll be fine. Maybe even hour 4, but yeah, for like those who want to, like, yeah. I have a video coming out, and I warn people that don't expect to be playing Thorns until you're like halfway through Act 2, maybe. Why Lich instead of Stormweaver for Cold? Because I'm going to do like maybe Minion 4 focus. I have my Minion Swarm build with like the Blood Thief Queen and the Gilded Beetle. I did that on a Lich, and I want to revisit that build, but... mixing in the Frost Mages with it. Stormweaver could be cool for that too. But my just initial thought would just be Lich. I'd have to look more into it when we get to making that build. But yeah, it would be using my old Minion Swarm build, but then adding the Reflect on top of it. You think that they nerfed the Beetles? I think so. I think so. See, like, I don't know, Andol. Like, there's a lot of, like, math talk that, like, I struggle. Like, I don't do math, so, like, a lot of yeses and nos I see to that. I'm not sure, if I'm being honest. Oh, I should have hit the well. Shut up! I think Warbringer's still going to be very good. I think people are sleeping on... they've made changes to armor break, and specifically fire damage can now benefit from armor break as well. I think people are sleeping on how powerful Warbringer is going to be. To break armor, you have to do physical damage with something that does, like, armor break. So if you go Avatar of Fire, guess what you're not doing? Physical damage. When you have Avatar of Fire, you are only doing... fire damage. But Warbringer is what enables you to do that armor breaking while still being Avatar Fire. So if we're gonna have some Fire Thorn shenanigans, which I genuinely think, with what we saw, there's gonna be some serious fire armor break possibilities, Warbringer is what would enable that. And yeah, I don't know if Fire Thorns is gonna be best in late game. I don't even know if you would need to be Avatar Fire for it, or whatever, but there's just a possibility, right? Traditional Physical Thorns is also good. And it's possible that I level as Titan all the way, or excuse me, Warbringer all the way to 90, and then I change to a Titan in late game. But I just think for League start, when we're talking about just League start 1 to 90, having that free armor break for your Thorns is super cheese. It makes it so nice to play, so... I hope we can make Wind Dancer builds. So I'm curious about Wind Dancer. That might be one of my early builds I revisit too. If Wind Dancer is unchanged, it's great. I've done that in solo self-found. All you need is a hard-hitting two-hander. The problem is the Giant's Blood nerf definitely does hurt it, but... it's still good without two-handers. Or without shield, so... No problem, Julian. Are there any updates to Thorns? Yeah. Barbs and... Like, Barbs got reworked where it has multiple tiers now. Hopefully, that means we're getting it early game now. But what's cool is... Barbs works, it's like your next 6 attacks does your Thorns damage, but there's an alternate version. Like, you can have either... Okay, so the base version is your next 4 attacks do Thorns damage. But then there's 2 upgraded versions. You can choose one or the other. One of them is it makes your next 6 attacks do Thorns damage, so you'd put something like that in Rapid Assault. Or it makes your next attack do double Thorns damage. And you would put that in something like Sunder. Something that hits really hard. Wind Dancer. So just that support gem change alone is massive. It enables us to use Thorns in slow attack skills now. Before, Thorns was best enabled. Like, really, you were forced to play Rapid Assault. Rapid Assault was the only melee skill right now that effectively gets out as many attacks as possible on a single target to enable your Thorns burst. But this new support gem enables us to play Thorns in slower skills. Now, Rapid Assault still might be just way better. 6 attacks in like 1.5 seconds is really good. But, yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm really bad at playing while I'm chatting. Keep looking at... I don't know why I'm full clearing all of this. I'm just on autopilot. This was supposed to be a practice run. We didn't get good practice here. Agreed, Magus. Like, at latest we get it is Act 2, with it having 3 tiers. Hopefully, it's a starting Thorn support. It's a tier 1 support gem. We get it out the gate. But worst case, you play, worst place you're playing not Thorns for Act 1. Worst place you're just playing not Thorns for Act 1. Yeah, Rolling Slam right now is doing a lot more, and it doesn't even... Oh, you can't even put Barbs into Rolling Slam. Interesting. Oh, that hits harder than I thought it would. Yeah, unfortunately, early game, you can assume you're not going to have much Thorns damage, so... Hopefully we get Thorns runes. I feel like if we got Thorns runes, that would be the biggest, like early game Thorns runes, excuse me. That's like one of the biggest things for Thorns. If you can put like 10 Thorns damage into your gear, you know how much of a win that is for the playstyle?
My satchel is full.
Alright, let me read chat. Sorry, I got distracted by the boss fight. I'm wanting to answer all the Thorns questions. I don't stream a lot, so I like answering you guys' questions. Do you know if you can use trade in the actual? Yes, you can trade from the moment you enter the town. As long as you have an Exalted Orb, you have to trade with the website. You won't be able to use the asynchronized trade until you get to endgame. But the old way, the website, you can trade from the moment you get here. As long as you have, like... I assume the first Crown of the Pale Kings will cost an Exalted Orb. So the moment you have your first Exalted Orb, I would check the trade site for Crown of the Pale King and scoop one as fast as possible. Thanks, Inz. I don't know how to say your name, Inzx, but appreciate the kind words, bro. Let me read YouTube chat. Hey, what's up, Luke? Oh, so doesn't hit hard anymore? Okay, gotcha. Well, the example still stands where using a slow attack skill, you would put that alternate version of Barbs into it. Whatever a slow hitting skill would be, you would slap that into. Maybe, I don't know, Shield Charge. If Shield Charge can do it. I don't think you can put Shield Charge, Barbs, and Shield Charge right now. Maybe you can. I think it's only Cold Burst, though. You said active block is OP to not lose honor, but how do you manage stun? Like when you mean when the block bar fills up, you just dodge roll around until the bar goes away? Yeah, you just stop blocking for a bit. You just block and dodge roll for a bit, you let it reset, and then you go again. You made that Thorns wish list you made, and it was so much fun. Yeah, the Thorns wish list was like was my best performing Thorns build of the patch. I have a video coming out tomorrow where I talk about the 4 best Thorns Ascendancies, and Ritualist is great. It's just not great for League start because you start here. So, like, this right here is, right now, it's the single most important talent you can get for Thorns. Passive you can get for Thorns. Is Vengeance. This is the best defense. Like, once you have this, you don't have to think for the rest of the campaign. This does all of your defenses for you. Thorns Leech is so amazing, especially once you get Scavenge Plating. You're just like, and Crown of the Pale King, you're just like always healing the Fool. You never have to Life Flask ever. So like for leveling, for the Warrior and the Mercenary, this is why Witch Hunter is just as good as Warbringer and Titan. They both get to this spot with the same amount of passive points. The exact same amount of passive points. And next patch, they're removing small passive nodes. So you're actually going to get there a little bit quicker. But here is Ritualist. And Ritualist has to go all the way over here, path through here, and then they're there. And that's not awful. If you're okay with like just being like 5 to 10 levels behind Warbringer and Mercenary, then that's okay. Like, it's still okay. But just for, like, again, I'm trying to be as accessible to anyone who hasn't played Thorns. That's just, like, you really aren't going to be getting to the Thorns Leech until level 20. Now, if you are doing it as your second character, you can just get this anointed, and you don't have to worry about it, right? But for most people's first characters, you're not going to be able to anoint early game, right? So, yeah, that's the only problem I have with Ritualist. It's just literally you start here instead of here or here. And outside of that, Ritualist is fine. Ritualist is great. In the video I'm releasing tomorrow, I go ham on why I like Ritualist. But yeah. It's just not the best League start. Like, if you're going to play Thorns, and it's your first Thorns character, but it's your, like, 3rd or 4th character of the League, Ritualist would be great for them. Because you can just have a bunch of twink gear and all the stuff, like, prepared, so you don't have to worry about it. But just specifically League start, Ritualist is just a little bit worse. And yes, Ritualist, I think... Ritualist is not a newbie-friendly Ascendancy because it's expensive. Generally speaking, an extra ring is always going to be more expensive unless you happen to be doing a Ritualist build that has, like, 3 1 Exalt unique rings, right? But keep in mind that stun's getting changed and a lot of other things are being changed. Price Pain, if you, like... might become good with Ritualist if you have 3 of them and stuff, so... Yeah, Ritualist is great, man. I think people underestimate Ritualist because it's not flashy. You know, it's not flashy at all. It's just stats. But it is so good. And we talk about how Thorns is so unique heavy. But yeah, you guys will see it in the video tomorrow. But, what time is it? Okay. Oh, I need to keep my eye on Discord. Give me a second. I got podcast stuff I gotta pay attention to. Yep, podcast is in 40 minutes. 35 minutes. So sorry this was a short stream. I mean, this really wasn't like, I know the title, I guess the title, I should change the title. It's like Act 1 Thorns practice. I knew I wouldn't have enough time to get really good practice. This should have just been like a Thorns discussion stream while I was chilling for the podcast. But at least the people that check it out will know that I'm probably league starting Rolling Slam Bone Shatter or Rake Rapid Assault. But we'll see. When do you think they drop the whole patch notes? I mean, I hope it's sooner rather than later, man. Like, I wake up every day hoping it's there. Like I keep my eyes on all my Discords, just like hoping someone posts some new information. It's funny, forever ago, whenever I made my very first Path of Exile 2 video, I posted it in the official Path of Exile 2 Discord. There's like a channel where, like, there's a section where you can post builds. And I don't know, like, it's the only time I've ever used that Discord. But I posted my original Thorns video there. And people still talk in that chat, like, to this day about Thorns. But what I like about it is, like, there's just a few people in there that ping me whenever new Thorns information comes out. And they keep pinging me when the, like, Chinese leaks happen and stuff. So, luckily I got people who are, like, pinging me in that Discord and telling me when we have new Thorns data. But, yeah, I have no idea when we're gonna get it. This is my biggest question mark right here. Of all the things, right, I wonder if this node's being changed. I've talked about this in multiple videos, but this point makes no sense. Nobody ever takes it because you're already breaking armor. And, yeah, why do you need your armor? I have pitched that this should be changed to Thorns damage can break armor. Like 10% of Thorns damage contributes to armor break. That way, you don't have to be Warbringer to play Thorns. And if that happens, then I might not play Warbringer for launch. But I'm very curious about this node right here, because this is effectively useless. I know no one who takes this. Could have sworn I saw the checkpoint. I guess not. Yeah, and it's worse on Armor Warbringer because you go negatives. Yeah, you lose the negative advantage. It's so funny. Yeah, it's a very out of place. It should not be ignore armors. Like, if anything, if they're going to keep it revolving armor break, it should be like, so Warbringers, like every Thorns playstyle has a way to armor break freely. And if that happens, like, I will probably play Titan or Witch Hunter on launch. Maybe even Ritualist too, but... Okay. Damn, I have 71 viewers on YouTube and 22 on Twitch. Hell yeah. I'm excited for this launch, guys. Oh my god, I'm so hyped to be playing Thorns. I hope you guys are excited for the launch too. If you guys aren't playing Thorns, let me know what you're playing. I'm going to be chilling really quick. I'm not going to be leveling anymore, but I'm going to be streaming until the podcast. I want to get my notes ready for the podcast. But I want to keep talking to you guys about Thorns too. So stream's not ending, but where's my show notes? Where are my show notes? There they are. Okay, cool. So I've never done the Wind Dancer combo. Oh, I did try it on a Warbringer. Yeah, I did it with an Ice version of Wind Dancer. I was doing like a Herald of Ice version with it. It's not bad, but you don't need to do Warbringer for that combo. It's just a different version of the Wind Dancer build. Yeah, but let's look at the passive tree, because as we know, we are getting new passives in the Warrior Mercenary section, hybrid passives. Anything, so this is in the Warrior Mercenary hybrid section, right? Vengeance. This counts as a node in the Warrior Mercenary hybrid section. Okay? So we know we're getting a bunch of Warrior hybrid mercenary, and the reason I bring this up is because that doesn't just mean that Thorn stuff can show up on the Warrior side. Now I know it's leaning Warrior side, so I would be surprised if we saw anything Thorns right here. But that doesn't mean we don't see anything extra Thorns right here and specifically the warrior mercenary section. And then you have, like, the warrior section, which we're getting 14 or something new nodes, which I am going to bet we're getting at least one new Thorns passive set. Now, this is our best passive. This is probably staying the exact same. I assume GGG has no problems with this. I don't think this is getting nerfed. I think this is going to be the exact same. It might get, like, I doubt it gets buffed, but Vengeance is, like, feels really good in the playstyle. I imagine this is staying the same. This is our second best talent. This actually got buffed in 0.2. It went from 5% to 6%. And this is our second best set of talents. Mainly because of its position right here as well, with this crit stuff over here as well. You just have a lot of good crit stuff that just, like, once you have this, it's raw crit. So it just makes playing Thorns crit super easy. Which, because of Briar Patch, Thorns crit is super easy to play. So, second best talent. I don't think this is getting reworked. Maybe buffs, maybe back to 5%. I doubt it, but this is probably staying roughly the same. This area is interesting. I assume Retaliation's staying the same. I doubt GGG is going to change it. The block changes don't, like, they don't tell me that this is being changed. So we're probably keeping the increased Thorns damage after you block recently. Probably going to be playing block still as Thorns. And I imagine all of this is staying roughly the same as well. This talent sucks. It's one of the worst Thorns talents in the patch. In both patches. This gives you virtually no Thorns. I am hoping it gets buffed. I have never taken it. It is not worth the passive points ever. I could see it getting completely reworked. I could see it getting buffed. And then over here. So, these three nodes you always take, just because it's raw Thorns damage, which is funny. Like, this is just flat Thorns damage, and you would think they would be leading to something awesome. And then over here, you have the exact same thing. So, these three nodes are 50% chance to ignore Thorns, the enemy armor of Thorns. 25-25. So, this whole three here gets you a 100% chance to ignore armor. Like, no one ever takes them ever. Ever. It's bad. You're already breaking armor. It will give you minor damage increase when mapping for that initial hit. But as we play Thorns, as the traditional Thorns playstyle is played, this does not work. This does not work. As long as Scavenge Plating requires you to break armor to literally double your Thorns damage, this has no place in the game. So I'm expecting reworks. It could have been paired well with Elemental, like, weird Thorn style, now that we have Avatar of Fire Thorns being mixed with that. There's a node over here that increases your fire damage, or that makes your fire damage ignore armor. It's, like, right here, I think. That's going to be key for Fire Thorns. But you still wouldn't take ignoring armor passes with that style either, so. I'm expecting, even if we don't get any new Thorns passives, which I assume we're going to get at least one cluster with some Thorn stuff, these nodes, I imagine, are getting touched up or reworked. I am guessing. Okay. Sorry, I was messaging Miso. Getting ready for the podcast. I can't wait for the see. Yeah, the passage tree is the biggest thing I'm waiting for right now. Like, who knows what answers it's going to give us, but, yeah. And yeah, I'm probably planning on Warbringer. If you guys just tuned in and haven't heard, I'm leaning Warbringer right now. There is just a lot of people who are playing Thorns for the first time this league that want to follow me specifically. And I just feel like Warbringer will be the most fun for them. I think Warbringer will be the most fun for them. I'm sorry this is going to be a shorter stream today, guys. I'm not going live offline just yet, but we're about to do the podcast with Dark Microtransaction. I will be streaming tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all weekend, and all next week. So, starting tomorrow, get ready for, like, the next 3 streams are not going to be super long streams, but once we get into the patch, expect all-day streams. But yeah, starting tomorrow, you can expect me to just, like, at least be, like, doing some stuff. What is this link you posted, Afghan? What am I opening before I open it? I don't blame anyone who doesn't want to League start Thorns. I have an... It's the new passive tree? Oh, I'm just sure it's a screenshot of what it looks... Oh, yeah, the before after, yeah. It's insane. Wow. Oh, this slider is so cool! Okay. I'm gonna have to show this off on the podcast. Wow. That's cool. Let me show on screen. Let me show on screen real quick. There we go. So look at this. This is the current skill tree. For everyone watching. This is the current skill tree. The before. Here's what it looks like after. Whoa. It's like if you turned off all the lights in the city and you can suddenly see all the stars. Here, let me move my webcam out the way. Before. After. I mean, come on. Come on. That is crazy, you guys. That is crazy. Can you repost that in chat? Yeah. I'll repost it in chat. No, we're going to show that off on the podcast today. That looks so cool. That looks so cool. But yeah, so like, we cannot predict what's coming. we literally cannot predict what's coming here, guys. It's going to be so good. Let me see if Miso's live yet. Not yet. Just making sure. No. I need to change my bot settings and stuff, Afghan. Like, my bot automatically deletes stuff. Like, that's just a bot thing. You can post stuff. Don't worry about that. That's just... Yeah, I gotta change my bot settings and stuff, and whatnot. Man, that's cool, though. Yeah, the passive tree just changes everything, because, like, you see how many clusters we just got added. Like... And actually... You can see... Oh, it might... Okay, looking at the Thorns cluster spot. So let me go back to the capture so you guys can see what I'm looking at. Oh, it won't zoom for you guys. Okay, so... Here we go. Zoom out. Okay. So let's look at... So here's Vengeance right here. Let's look at Vengeance. Damn, it won't let me target where I want to zoom in. Okay. Alright, so here's Vengeance right here. It's these 3 nodes right here. Vengeance looks like it's still the same. There is a new keystone. Oh, Scroll Wheel does it. You're a legend. You're a legend. You guys are legends. You guys are legend. Okay. So here's Vengeance. Now what's important here... Ooh. I doubt that's Thorns related. I doubt that's Thorns related. That's a lot of stuff there, though. Now, this could be Thorns related. This new keystone. Those look like the same icons. Just a different color. Oh, wait, is that moving there? Okay, that's just that moving there. Never mind. That's just that moving there. So that's not a new Thorns keystone. And I doubt that doesn't look like Thorns icons. Whoa. So yeah, I'm guessing that's not Thorns related. Let's look at this spot. It looks like there's still 6 here and it just rotated. There's 3 new things here, though. This area looks exactly the same. Nothing changed here. What about here over here? Oh, it gets cut off. Looks about the same, though. There are a lot of new clusters on the bottom half that could be Thorns related. I assume it's all armor and defensive related. Huh. Huh. Cool. Well, we'll see. Let me check if Miso's streaming. He is. Okay. So, if you guys are not doing anything, we are doing the podcast with Darth Microtransactions. So on YouTube chat, I'm going to post you his Twitch link channel with Miso Shiro. And on Twitch, I'm going to host Miso's channel right now. But yeah, sorry it was a short stream. I just wanted to go live and talk about Thorns with you guys because I'm just so excited to play Thorns and stuff. But yeah, podcast time. So I'm going to go ahead and host Miso. And yeah, if you're on YouTube, you're going to have to go over there yourself. There's no rating on YouTube. But I will be live tomorrow, every day this week. I'll be streaming a buttload this weekend. Expect like 10 to 12 hour streams at least, and lots of video content. Expect YouTube videos and a bunch of other stuff this coming few days about more Thorn stuff too. So I'm going to go ahead and raid Miso, and then yeah, I'm turning off the YouTube stream. I'll see you guys on the podcast, or tomorrow. Bye-bye.